in my cipher, I revolve around scientists.
I felt the genuineness, and I was like, you know what? Because people hit me up. He used to hit me up like, yo, man, what's good? Yo, I'm trying to do a beat. Yo, I'm trying to hop on the track. It would be very less likely I would respond, right? Because mad people hit me up like that. But because he hit me up on, because this is what I really do as far as like knowledge of self and this, that, and the third, and 5%. You feel what I'm saying? Like, as far as building with brothers and stuff. A lot of y'all is like 16, 17, whatever, right? Is anybody younger than 16 here? No, that's the youngest age, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And my questions weren't being answered. And I was always a real inquisitive, questioning person. Like, my name is Raz Quiz. My mom got my name in a dream when she was pregnant. Like, the ladies, you're gonna have a son, and his name's gonna be R-A-S-Q-U-I-Z. And then she woke up and spelled it down. You know what I mean? And then to my dad, and that's the name. And when I break that down, Raz is Ethiopian for chief. Who knows Rastafari? That was his name. Raz was a title. Rastafari, it means head, chief. And quiz is the question. So I always just been very inquisitive from a very young age. You know what I'm saying? And after a certain while, I was like, you know what, man? They're not gonna tell me the answers, so I'm gonna go research as much as I can. And I've been able to develop a great understanding of life, especially through certain experiences as well too. And that's basically why I'm here, because at the end of the day, it all starts with awareness, knowledge, because you gotta know better to do better, to be better. Long story short, so if you don't know better, you're gonna consistently do wrong, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be not the best version of yourself you could be. So knowledge is like a choice. Because when you have knowledge and you have a choice, you can pick something. Like me coming up, a lot of things is presented in front of us. And it's good that we talk about art and culture. I'm gonna stand up because like I want to feel sit down. If there's a moment where your legs hurt, you want to stand up. I'm not gonna be like, yo, sit down. Do this, like, you know what I mean? Stand up. You know what I mean? Yeah, because like you guys, I'm here for myself, and in life it's all about self-help. Like the gym teacher talking about mental health. A lot of things in life is going to come down to self-help. So it's about what's good for you. Because I don't know you as good as you. You know what I mean? I can know certain things about you, you and your body, your mind, psychology, this and the third, but you're living your own experience, right? So it's up to you to do the best things for your own self. So I'm letting you know, if you feel like standing up because your leg hurt or whatever, you know what I mean? Stand up, this, that, and the third. If you ask me a question, let's talk back and forth, and it'll be the more, like, cause I do shows and stuff, right? So when I go to the crowd, I'm like, yo, yo, make some noise, start cussing and all of that, whatever. The energy that I give back to them, they give it back to me. We have a good show. Cause then I start the show, hey yo, hands up, woo! Hands just go up, I'm like, okay, yeah, like, you know what I mean, back and forth. So if there's questions you guys want to ask, this and third, feel free, right? Today I feel like this, because this, or because that, right? A couple of people said because of Shorty. Who said the Shorty? Yeah. They make you feel good sometimes. How it goes. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, I just want to highlight the fact to you guys before we continue that dealing with mental health and trying to push you guys in the path of good mental health. Anytime that you seek happiness outside of your own self, you're gonna look for trillions of years. You'll be looking for trillions and trillions of years. You know how long a trillion is? Not gonna last that long. That's my point. You're gonna keep looking for trillions of years because true happiness does not exist outside of the self. When you're at this age, 16, 17, this and the third, biologically, what you're doing is figuring out coping mechanisms, right? A lot of grade 9, that's when I started to smoke weed and things like that, whatever, you know what I mean? And all these other things. So when you leave your house and you're going into high school, all these things now, what's happening, right? Because again, awareness is awareness. And every day you're caught up in this, that, and the third. Every day it's like the weather's like this, the weather's like that, the weather changes. It's hard to know weather from a day to day. That's why I can't tell you a month in advance what the weather's like. There's always 4 seasons. So no matter how much chaotic things are, there's a pattern to things. So even within your own self, there's patterns and things of this nature going on that if you are not aware of, you'll fall victim to.
Talking about the seasons and nature and the weather and stuff like that, you know how, okay, it could be this day, the weather can be changing so many different times every day, but it still doesn't matter. 4 seasons, it's always going to be the same. So you know, when you think about that in other terms, like in your life, you know, this can happen, this person died, this person got robbed, this person just left you, you know, you broke up with your girl, you know, a bunch of crazy things are happening, but it's still the same cycle. Like next year, or you find yourself with another girl, same thing is happening in the same cycle, you know what I mean?
Basically, yes.
You're trying to quit smoking,
Mhm.
and then the 1 month later you find yourself, oh shit, what the fuck, I'm here smoking again, same cycle. So like,
Another quick question. Like, you know how you said that you're finding coping mechanisms and stuff like that? So, because I've been there, right? And it's like you're finding ways to get out of like your feelings.
Your
right?
feelings.
So it's like, how do you figure out ways in which you can like bring yourself out of it?
I'll tell you right now.
Different habits.
I'll tell you the best way right now. Anybody else, you're gonna hear a lot of things in life. People will tell you this, do this, do this. But 1 + 1 is always equal to. There's nothing to argue about. Certain things are facts. There's facts and information, and there's a lot of opinions. There's facts about certain things like psychology, the mind. You know what I mean? And so, with that being said, why is someone trying to escape in the first place? A feeling that you don't like, right? Long story short, it's an idea. Some idea that you put into your brain now, and it's affecting the way you think, right? And that idea, remember, you're in control of your own mind, right? So it's like, how can an idea exist in your mind that you don't want it to be there, and it's still there? Because you let it. Because you don't want to let go of the feeling. Because we have something called an ego. You see what I'm saying? So your ego is listening up. Someone bumps into you. This guy just bumped into me. Like, to me, you're not gonna. It couldn't even mean nothing. Some people, their ego's so big, they just certain feelings. They're not gonna let that go. That in that little moment, that feeling, they're gonna hold that feeling. They might even hold it for 2-3 weeks. Come back and kill the man because the feeling's so strong. So everything is ego holding on to feelings. You're sure you said something a certain way, it rubs you away. Now you're gonna deal with her with certain attitude for the next 3, 4, 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of this is real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sexist, but there's male and female, and females are more emotional than men. So this is a boys class. I'm looking at it like a young man class. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's not how a man is. You're growing up to be. That's not how you're supposed to be moving. You know what I mean? So, not holding on to the feelings, but we hold on to things that we don't understand, right? If I'm walking down the street right now and someone say, "Hey, you're a loser, that jacket's not even sick," I'm like, "Jacket's sick, I didn't notice that, it's not sick." I'm not gonna feel nothing. But if a close friend says that to me, we have history together. We have an emotional bond. Therefore, yo, man, that jacket's right. What do you mean it's whack? What do you mean? I go home, yo, my jacket actually whack. I've been chilling with this guy for weeks, months, days. Like, said this it might really be whack. Because when we things that are emotions, when we have our emotions attached to the thing, it's harder for us to let go of something. Dictionary. Art as a noun is a creative skill and its application. Craft or trade. The third one says cunning. I'm gonna go back to the first one. Creative skill and its application. Creative skill and its application. To understand words, you gotta break words down, right? So creative, someone said creation, dealing with creation. So anything that's creative is creating, obviously, right? So it's a creative skill. A skill is using something that's useful for yourself. You know what I mean? Something that's useful, a skill. I can write, I can do this, it's a skill. I can organize things, it's a skill. Something that you can do that produces a result is a skill. Because obviously things like slavery, you know what I mean? And things like that, where it's like growing up, certain aspects of your culture or self-identity was removed from you, right? And over here in Western North America, all this type of stuff, whatever, a lot of the youth growing up in these cultures, like let's say if you take it back now, right? After the 60s, and the 60s, who knows about Martin Luther King? Obviously. Malcolm X, obviously, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Black Panther, you heard about them, obviously. All of these things are taking place, and a lot of these groups had a big prominence in the 60s in America, right? That's when a lot of stuff was going on. Long story short, after the 60s, and a lot of these people got killed, and just in the third, that's when you have hip-hop. Hip-hop comes in the early 70s. You see what I'm saying? And hip-hop was the youth movement of the youth at that time, because we're dealing with the 1960s. These are the children of the people who were born at the turn of the 19th century. The turn of the 19th century is the Reconstruction era in America, which means people are just, a bunch of new slaves have just been released, and now the laws and everything is just still moving around. There's a lot of struggle. That's where you have the blues, you know what I mean? Because the culture reflected the art in that time. So you have people who are a bunch of free slaves walking around singing the blues. They're poor, they're hungry, they're growing up, migrating, and singing the blues and shit. You know what I'm saying? The children of those people are gonna be the hip hop babies. You see what I'm saying? The people who are poor in New York and this and the third and all of this. No money, no nothing. They're outside. You know what I mean? DJ Kool Herc comes from Jamaica, and he's bringing that block party vibe, all that type of stuff. That's going on in New York now. So then, it's like it's a culture. It starts to breed a culture, because the culture is the way that you do things, right? So it's like you start to hear the break beats, and now they start to like walk a little different, like boom, boom, and then the parents are like, yo, something's going on. These guys are moving a little different now. And then some of them are just, they're going back and forth, and some of them are just spray painting up their board, and they're trying to be artistic, and they're trying to express themselves. So they're like, you know what do you just create that? And, yo, we'll just write my name here, sick, BG. Everywhere I go, on the next train, BG, like, because I just want to express myself, you know? Like, it's just artful expression. Some of them are like, yo, I don't even know, like, I'm just here in the park, I'm bored, the girls are here, that's, yo, just start spinning on the ground, like, I'm gonna express myself this way, like, I'm gonna start dancing, like, some of them are like, you know what? Yo, I'm gonna rock this like this, and then come outside like this, and then some of them was the fashion people, then they're like, oh, snap, you know what I mean? Because hip-hop, even fashion-wise, is influenced the whole world. That's why you see a lot of these big brands now, Gucci, all these different things. They have to take cues of what's going on in hip hop and then apply that in their collections. So I'm talking about a very influential culture right now, and the culture in general. But long story short, the culture comes from the people and what the people are doing. So this is how kind of like the hip hop culture was formed. You see what I'm saying? Because of what was going on. And the art reflects the times of those people. Yo, tell me one thing you learned from me building anything.
One thing
You
I
can
learned
say nothing too. You can be like, man, you waste my time.
is I didn't learn it, but because I already knew. Stay open-minded. And one thing that you taught me is like not to take things for granted, I guess.
Yeah, like take them on face value. Like,
Yeah.
you look into things.
And you also gave me like this idea that, you know, art, some of them just have like simple like, you said it. It's
Messages,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, and some like that opened my mind like so much.
Yeah.
Some art has like maybe like they have like things that we don't even understand, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Not all of it has to be some super crazy shit.
Yeah.
It could just be like a happy birthday song, piece of art, you know? Right. That helps you enjoy art. Because sometimes there's certain people who are like, oh, it should be this. And that's what makes even a lot of the older people not fuck with the younger hip hop. Because they're like, oh, it's gotta be that. And it's like, all right, yo. So a lot of these kids are young though. Like, they're having fun. Like, you know what I mean? We can build, but you know, don't get mad at somebody for having fun. Go. Like, you're having fun, like, you know what I mean? We can build, but you know, don't get mad at somebody for having fun. Just go like, I'm having fun. Yeah? Word.
Thank you.
For sure, brother. Love you a lot. Alright, man, it's love, bro.
Oh yeah, when you brought that one up, you know, simple messages and stuff like that, I was thinking about your music, right? I was thinking about your song, Poor Boy, right?
Yup.
Like,
Simple.
it's simple, you know, but it goes hard, you know, you're slapping.
That's it.
And then there's another
It's not
song
meant to
like,
be deep.
What's another one?
Like, Numbness?
Scarface.
Oh, yeah.
Or Screwface, you know, all these kinds of songs where like there's a deeper message, you know, or like
I was gonna ask something.
What are you gonna
Continue. Like you know how you were bringing up Kool Herc?
Yeah, Kool Herc.
So what's it called? I was gonna ask, you know, the trio, right? Africa Bambaataa.
Yeah.
And then Grandmaster
Yeah, he
Flash.
got exposed to doing some funny stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what about that?
Like if it weren't for those three, do you think we would have been at this level of hip hop
I'm gonna
today?
tell you this. Some funny stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what about that?
Like if it weren't for those three, do you think we would have been at this level of hip hop
I'm gonna
today?
tell you this. Hip hop was in the making even before them niggas even got to New York or whatever, before them niggas was even born. Because when you study music and history, you can clearly see how everything connects. Because there wouldn't be no hip hop without soul, James Brown, in that era. Because hip hop is them taking the break beats from those records and then looping them. So before African Bambaataa, all these people, there wouldn't be no hip hop without James Brown. And then it's like there wouldn't be no James Brown without da-da-da, and da-da-da. So it just keeps going. So
it's like
everything
a
is
loophole.
exactly. So long story short, it's like you just have to have a better understanding of the timeline of things, so you can better appreciate that. Because when you know this connects to this connects to this, you'll hear something and you'll be like, okay, you have more respect for it. Versus if you didn't know, you'd be like, that's that old shit. But if you're like, yo, the shit that I'm bumping right now, I wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't even be here without that. And it allows you to at least just give it the basics of respect, you know?
That's why when I look back, you know, like Tutti Frutti, what's it called, Little Richard, all that stuff. I mean, I'm even into all that type of stuff because it's like I see the resemblance from then to now.
You can see
So I
the
just
art in it,
appreciate
you know?
it.
Where's the juice at?
Do my thing.
Put you on the spot. Come on, tell me one thing you learned from my talk today. Good, you're good. Let's keep it real.
I learned about transferring energy. You know, you don't really get rid of it. You can only take it from one place and bring it into another dimension. As well as learning more to do more. Knowing better to do better to be better.
Yes,
that was
yes.
a big one I took away.
That's the 1, 2, 3 right there.
Yo, you know what? Let me take out my notes for a second. So yeah, know better, do better, be better.
Oh, you're taking notes.
Culture and arts, the more you know, the more you can express.
Yeah.
And
You was taking all the notes.
and knowledge.
You say, bro, speak.
Knowledge, of course.
Blessings. For sure. I'm definitely coming back. Alright. You learned something? Feel like I was wasting your time? No. I wasn't wasting your time? No. Not me. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Holy! Is it recording? Okay, wait for it.
Okay, yeah.
We get in posture, wait for it, gut. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Word.
Running through the green.
Dealing in my cipher, I revolve around scientists.